5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hello, world, YouTube. I'm Dan Salem live. I'm going to talk the NFL. Oh man, we are so close to real football. But first, I must go live on Facebook. Click the button. 3, 2, 1. Hello. All right, I'm Dan Salem. I'm live on Facebook at the Dan Salem. Over on YouTube, BuzzChomp channel. Live, about to talk the NFL. I'm at the Dan Salem on Twitter. I'm going to tweet out this YouTube link for live streaming action. Going to hit the retweet button over on BuzzChomp Twitter with an extra Z thrown in there. And then and only then, once I hit retweet, shall we discuss the NFL and holdouts. Stupid cookies say risers and fallers. That was last week. If you want to check that one out. This week we are talking NFL holdouts because, like all good weeks, there airs major NFL news. Thank you. I appreciate it. Not a week goes by without some sort of major NFL news. Thank you. We all, as fans, appreciate it. I'm a big fan. I'm a fan of the Jets. We will talk about them in a little bit because there's always some news to talk about your team. But the big NFL news, Kirk Cousins did not receive an adequate contract from the Redskins. He will play the season under his franchise tag, which he smartly signed because it is a lot of money for 1 year. He successfully did it last year and the year before. He's going to play well again. Even if he doesn't, he's already proved he's good. He's going to get a big deal next year, 2018. Le'Veon Bell of the Steelers did not receive an adequate contract. Has not signed his franchise tag, Hender. Can hold out without repercussions. Doesn't have to report without repercussions. Didn't sign the contract yet. He will likely sign that contract and play this one season as an audition. But he has an injury history and he wants a big money deal long term. Finish out his career. What advantage does he have to give his body up for Pittsburgh if they don't want to give him the money he's earned? He is the best running back in the game of football when on the field. Granted, he's been injured or suspended, but he is still the best. He could be delegated to second, depending on who you want to talk to. He's no worse than top 3. That means he should get paid as the top player or top 3 players at his position. Considering last season Ezekiel Elliott was one of the top players and he's a rookie, he's on a rookie deal, he doesn't count. Well, he can get the franchise money, but he wants some sort of a probably 3 to 5 year deal. Now, 5 years for a running back is kind of long. Don't know exactly what Bell's asking for. What I do know is whatever the Steelers offered wasn't enough. And if Pittsburgh is smart, well, okay. I believe Le'Veon Bell deserves the money he was asking for. He, like I said, is the best, at worst, second best running back in the game of football when on the field. Great pass catching, great running the ball. Now, Pittsburgh. This could be Ben Roethlisberger's final season. Therefore, they will need as much money and flexibility as possible to find a new quarterback. Maybe Kirk Cousins. They will also have proven that when Le'Veon Bell was out, whoever stepped in did really well. So Pittsburgh's probably thinking it's their system. Or that they can find other less expensive running backs to do nearly as good as Bell. That's foolhardy. Bell's the best at the game, at his position. You don't want to lose the best. They signed Antonio Brown because he's the best. Do they not think Bell's the best? Do they not believe he can stay healthy? I mean, come on. At least a 2-year, 3-year deal with a couple player options or something. Holdouts are ugly for everybody. Now, Bell's proven he can kind of just step in and step up. He's had suspensions, which has kept him off the field, and he's come in and done great. But This is bad news for the Steelers, who want to make a run at the playoffs in Roethlisberger's likely final year. I keep saying that because he got hurt last year and he almost retired, I think. He's coming back for one more season. Maybe he'll have two. But it's the end of an era, and they're going to go all in. They need Bell, and they need Bell motivated. Give the man his money and he'll be motivated. What is he motivated for now? He's already proven himself in the league. He doesn't need the audition year. Kirk Cousins doesn't need the audition year either. These players have already consistently put up really good numbers. Someone's going to pay them regardless of whether their current teams do. Their current teams are infinitely less able-bodied to win without them. Seems kind of like a no-brainer. Like I said, Pittsburgh proven they could run the football successfully without Bell. I believe it was Stewart who stepped in during Bell's suspension 2 years ago, maybe even last season. Quick look at Pittsburgh's, that's right, the Steelers roster. Who else they got on their roster? I could just click the right button on my computer. They have Brandon Brown's Dukes at running back. He has 1 year experience. James Conner is a rookie. Niall Davis, 5 years in the league. Fitzgerald Toussaint, 4 years in the league. Terrell Watson, 1 year in the league. These guys aren't all making the team. Le'Veon Bell, 5 years in the league. Dude, he's only played 5 seasons. He's going to at least play 8. Give the man his money. It's crazy to not pay the man. Oh, well, why wasn't Williams showing up? That's just must have been alphabetical order. There we go. D'Angelo Williams. That was the man I was thinking of, not Stewart. Stewart and Williams were on the Panthers together. D'Angelo Williams, when Bell has been out, has played great. Steelers know this, but I don't believe that it really offers them much leverage. They need Le'Veon Bell. He is better than D'Angelo Williams. He is the starter for a reason. He's going to get paid by a rival team. You don't want him going to the Ravens. You don't want him going to the Patriots or even the Colts. One of the other AFC teams, hell, my Jets, will pony up the money for a bona fide stud at running back because that could put you over the top. He puts Pittsburgh over the top more often than not. While I like the Ravens this year over Pittsburgh in the division, I don't really think the Steelers are that far behind. I think they're a playoff team. But without Bell, or without a motivated Bell, I'm not so confident in Pittsburgh. Okay. So that's a potential holdout. I think Le'Veon Bell will hold out for like half the preseason. Pittsburgh's pretty good about getting their deals done. So it wouldn't surprise me if they sign something before week 1. I guess they could trade him, but it just seems like you'd want to keep this guy in your team, on your team. They're not going to just let him walk for nothing. They'll trade him, but sign him. Like, there's got to. It seems idiotic to not sign a player of his caliber. It's not like we're talking about a level 2 or 3 tier running back. This is the best player in the game. He wants to be paid like it. Now I know that you don't become a champion by tossing money at people, but maybe up your offer a little bit. You'd think he'd want to stay in Pittsburgh. I could be completely reading the tea leaves incorrectly. Maybe Bell wants max money and he'll go anywhere for it. Someone's going to pay him that max money if he's on the open market. But Pittsburgh's got pedigree, and they are in the playoff chase at the forefront of it. Like, they're one of the top 5 teams in the AFC, easily. So that's got to mean something, right? The flip side is Kirk Cousins, who, in a league full of teams in need of quarterbacks, his team seems to not value his services very much at all. He has all the leverage. He can get a lot of money on the open market, and now he's got a franchise 1 year deal that pays him way more than he would get on a yearly basis in a deal. Most positions playing season to season is not ideal, correct? Because of injuries. But the quarterback position, you don't get injured very often. And Kirk Cousins has proved that he can continually put up good numbers for an average team. The Redskins are not great. They're behind the Giants, they're behind the Cowboys in their division. Hell, they could fall behind the Eagles if they're not careful. If they lose Kirk Cousins, they easily are worst in that division. Kirk Cousins is not flashy, but he has performed well. He has done good things in Washington. He is an asset in this league because I believe that you can rely on him as your quarterback. Now, sure, you put him on the Browns or the 49ers, and he's probably not going to be great because those teams stink. But Washington is decent, and he breaks them better. Now, I personally like Colin Kaepernick, but Kirk Cousins is a better option. I mean, unless the Redskins plan on tanking, which I don't see how that's physically possible. They're too good to be last. They're not going to get a good quarterback in the draft. What other? I mean, maybe there'll be another free agent option next season. Kirk Cousins is still the best one. You're downgrading if you let him walk, and you've had so long to work out a deal. And you keep screwing it up. It's why you're the bottom feeder in the NFC East year after year after year. Aaron Rodgers is going to get his money. Matthew Stafford's going to get his money. Matt Ryan's going to get his money. They're all better than Kirk Cousins. But let's take a look at the total stats from a year ago. Because Kirk Cousins had a good season. He wasn't the best, but he had a very good season. He was third in the league last year in passing yards, 4,900. Only Matt Ryan and Drew Brees were better. He was ahead of Aaron Rodgers, ahead of Phillip Rivers, ahead of Joe Flacco, Andrew Luck, Russell Wilson, Andy Dalton, Derek Carr. He was ahead of Tom Brady. He was third in the NFL in passing yards last year. His completion percentage, 8th in the NFL. Only 7 other quarterbacks had a better completion percentage than Kirk Cousins. He was, again, better than Aaron Rodgers last year. His completion percentage. Only Alex Smith, Ryan Tannehill, Tom Brady, Dak Prescott, Matt Ryan, Drew Brees again, and Sam Bradford, oddly enough, who was number 1 in completion percentage, oddly enough, because Sam Bradford seemed to be a forgettable season. Even though Sam Bradford, I guess, 71% completion and only 5 interceptions was pretty good. Sorry, I got off the topic. Kirk Cousins was 8th in the league last year in completion percentage. Ahead of Aaron Rodgers, again. So, he throws for a ton of yards and completes the ball better than almost every quarterback in the league except for 7 other people. Okay, so you say, yes, does he throw a lot of interceptions? He's dead in the middle. He was 15th. 15th out of 40 quarterbacks. Where's the interceptions? 20. So Phillip Rivers was number 1 with 21 quarterbacks. Kirk Cousins threw, oh, I lost it. He threw 12 interceptions last year. Andrew Luck threw more. We know that. Roethlisberger even threw more. I mean, Brady was best. He only had 2 interceptions last year. That's a freaking insane number. And they won the Super Bowl. Not surprising. A lot of other people, Colin Kaepernick only threw 4 picks. But Kirk Cousins, who threw almost 5,000 yards, 3rd in the league in passing yards, only had 12 picks. How many touchdowns? Again, 13th in the league. So he's in the top half in interceptions, in the top half in touchdowns, 3rd in yards, and 8th in percentage complete. And the Redskins are going to let him go because they don't want to sign him for a big money long-term deal? It's freaking bonkers. If he's actually on the open market and my Jets can get him, totally great move. He's going to be better than any rookie. Most likely. I mean, sure, a rookie could come in and shine like Dak Prescott did. That's a rarity. That's the exception. But if Kirk Cousins is available, he will be, a huge bump to any team that gets him. But he's on the Redskins, and he kind of implied that he was willing to stay. What's wrong with you? You have a franchise quarterback. What is wrong with you? Does he give up? Does he get a lot? Does he get sacked a lot? No. Bottom half of the league in sacks. Okay, so where's his flaw? Yards per attempt, perhaps? No, he's third in the league in that. Freaking every major stat Cousins is good, and Washington's gonna let him walk. Dude keeps performing. He's making a lot of money doing it. 1-year deals. As soon as he's a free agent, he's gonna clean up. I really hope my Jets get him, which allows me to coolly and calmly segue to my New York Jets, because only a couple weeks away here from the start of the preseason, and as a Jets fan, like I said, I will be rooting for the LA Chargers because I am also an LA native now, sort of. LA's my home, and we got a new football team, and that's kind of exciting. And I like Phillip Rivers, and I kind of like the Chargers. They've been in San Diego for the last 12 years I've lived out here. Now they're in LA. It's our hometown team. I mean, I'll root for the Rams, but whatever. I'm an AFC guy. And my Jets are a long shot to contend. The Chargers, kind of a long shot to contend, except with Phillip Rivers, I think that they're a better shot to contend. I'm going to be pulling for the Chargers, but in terms of my Jets, there's news. The news is they're building a helipad. I don't know why. The training facility, I guess they want to be able to helicopter people in and out instead of having to make a short drive from the airport. Okay. But yeah, the news is that Kirk Cousins could impact the Jets' quarterback's plans because they never expected him to actually become available. But as I made it blatantly obvious, he is excellent. And so if he is available, that changes things. Are the Jets, who are they tanking for if they can get Cousins? Somebody else? Anybody else? They're not going to likely, maybe they draft a rookie and let Cousins, I don't know. We'll see if Hackenberg actually becomes anything. And then we got ex-Jet David Harris, who joined the Patriots. Now, the chance of the Patriots repeating are very low. Most teams do not win back-to-back Super Bowls. Yes, the Patriots won 2 out of 3, but they did not win 2 in a row. They did it many, many years ago. It is unlikely they do it again. There's a lot of competition. That being said, there's not as much competition in the AFC as we might be led to believe. The NFC is where the real competition lies. All right. Man, time flies when you're talking football. I'm going to touch on my Yankees, who have been the worst team in the Major League Baseball over the last 30 games. That's right. After a hot start, the Yankees are worst in baseball over the last 30 games. I'm not worried. They're only 3.5 out of the Red Sox. It's a lot more baseball to be played, and the Yankees, I believe, will make the playoffs. National League, very top-heavy, not particularly competitive after the first 5. The AL is extremely competitive. All teams in the American League are within 7 games of the wild card. That's pretty awesome. It's going to be a really fun baseball season. And then the NBA offseason, meh. Apparently, Lonzo Ball was the MVP of the Summer League. Woo! This is my I don't give a shit fingers. The Summer League doesn't mean anything. The fact that they give an MVP is fun. The fact that it's a headline is just the NBA trying to bust up the Lakers before they have another bad year. I don't believe this is the Lakers season. I think they're at least 2 years away. My daughter needs some attention, and it's been almost a full 20 minutes of live NFL action. So I will wrap up a minute early today and be a good dad. Thank you guys for joining me. I'm talking the NFL. We are so close to the season and some real things to talk. But until then, watch these holdouts because we do not know if they will fall. I'm Dan Salem, at the Dan Salem on Twitter, at the Dan Salem on Facebook, over on YouTube, BuzzChomp, and Pillow Talk TV. New content every day on BuzzChomp. Every Friday, new on Pillow Talk TV. Launching new channels every day. Got some channels also up. If you hit up BuzzChomp, you can see all of our family of channels. New ones coming. Fun stuff. I'm live every Tuesday, 5 p.m. Pacific, talking the NFL. So close to the season. The middle of July, you can just smell the pigskin. And we're out. Have a nice evening. Peace.